We begin the second half. First half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started.
Looking at the game Bazemore's been having, he's got 10 points, and he's picked up 6 points from behind the arc.
I love the rhythm his outside stroke has produced today.
Tristan Thompson is out there with Davis. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. Then there's Rodney Stuckey. And it's Hollis Jefferson in at the 3. That's the Warriors' 5. Schroeder kicks to Stuckey. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
He hits both from the stripe. Houston leading by 20. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. Karl Anthony Towns didn't come into the previous year as the most highly touted prospect, Clark, but his play last year at Kentucky would change that.
No question about it. People knew he was going to be good, Kevin, but few saw him being this good. He showed he could do a little bit of everything as a Kentucky big.
And guys, with Towns, he is so valuable in every aspect of the game. Really great at both ends of the floor. His defense is as strong as it gets for a first-year player.
Hollis Jefferson can't hit.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. As a result, they've got a big lead.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
And perhaps the biggest plus about Towns is his upside. I mean, he's shown that he can make big strides in his level of play. Already good at shooting from outside and can play either post spot, too.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Schroeder with the ball. And it's Knight picking him up. And that one's good. Schroeder's got 7 points in the game.
It's still pretty early to judge, but so far the 2014 draft class has lived up to the hype. The top guys were as good as promised, and a lot of talent down later in the draft as well.
Timeout called the Rockets. With the 2014 draft class, Clark, it was so hyped up, a lot of teams probably didn't care that they were losing some games at the end of the year as they themselves were testing some younger players on their roster.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly there. And you look at the guys from that class, many of them have star potential.
Number 12. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Knight dishes to Bazemore. From past the arc. The Rockets again can't hit.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
Guys, they've had a solid start to the second half offensively. Gotten good looks, and they've made 3 out of 4 of them.
Rockets leading by 15. Knight for 3. And that one's good. Knight's got 11 points.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
And it's Davis at the elbow. Knight grabs the board.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
High-quality shot, just a little off there with the release.
And, Greg, that has him S-H-H-ing, shaking his head. Tough miss that time.
Clark.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Great point. I mean, that aggression has allowed them to just create a lot of havoc, and boy, are they taking advantage.
And it's Gordon missing.
And guys, one thing that we were treated with last year was Steve Kerr's great quotability in post-game interviews and pressers. He said all the right things and deflected praise like a coach who had done it for many years.
Thompson for the triple. Bazemore grabs the miss. Rockets leading by 20. And here's the fast break. Knight leading the way. Lee gets the bucket.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a 1-footer. Come on now.
And Kerr is so good with the media because, Greg, he was a media member himself for so long. You know that as well as anybody. Clark, I don't think he ever tried his hand at broadcasting, though. I can't see him doing that. Could you?
Yeah, right,
No.
right. He probably just thrown on as a broadcaster and would rarely contribute anything of note. Some guys have what it takes to call games, and Steve just doesn't quite scratch me as that kind of guy.
No. Green, the screen. Here's Inglis. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper. Inglis has got his first bucket of the night.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And the Warriors making a change here. Schroeder's checked in, and a change for the Rockets. Smith checked in for Towns. And it's Schroeder missing.
He has got a lot of confidence in his game. You have to if you think you can knock one down from there.
Yeah, you know, I think he maybe needs some time for some direct admonishment.
Good.
I love the killer instinct he shows right there, exploding to the rim to add to the lead.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. It's rebounded by Houston.
And sometimes he can hit that deep three, but it's not a high percentage shot for him.
Yeah, even for him, that's out of his range.
Outside for Martin. Here's the three. The rebound by Inglis.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one.
Rockets leading by 20. Smith lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Smith's got his second bucket tonight.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They have got to figure it out.
And it's the Rockets on the break. Martin with the bucket.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
30 seconds left to play here in the third. And it's Schroeder missing.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
The feed to Martin. Puts up a three. Good. Martin's got 9.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
Just a total loss of concentration right there.
And, Greg, if they continue to make those kinds of mistakes, then this game could turn even more south on them, and south.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Five seconds left in the third. With 1 on the clock, that drops. Martin's got 11 points.
And not much breathing room there. The step back move gave him just enough to get it off.
And